Kehlani likes to do butt things. Kehlani posted a video of herself talking about how she likes to do butt things. And I know. But here's the thing. That conversation took place when she came to visit us, our radio show right here in the greatest city in the world, New York City. Mm-hmm. I'm not just saying this. New York City got crowned as the greatest city in the world.
You're right. Facts.
This is a fact. Okay? Go fact check. Go right now. But anyways, Kehlani stopped by to Hot 97 to our radio show. And she's talking about her new album, Crash, which is available everywhere now. Amazing. Great body of work. Love Kehlani. Such an amazing artist and just an incredible human being.
Right.
In our conversation, I talked about her gym routine, her workout, because if you follow her, you know that she stays in the gym and she shows off her 20-pack, 8-pack. I mean, it is serious for Kehlani. So I asked her what were her go-to exercises. What's her favorite exercise? And that's when she talked about doing butt things. So, to work on the booty. And I thought it was great. And I think this is something that we should apply when we go to the gym, Katrina.
I don't even know what a butt workout is.
Think of a hip thrust. You could be on the floor, laying down, your knees are bent, and then you thrust your hip up. You know that, right?
Yeah, I do. But how does that, I don't understand. So your butt contracts and that's
basically. And you're supposed to squeeze at the top. And that is supposed to help build your muscle to create that curve.
You know what, though? I was watching one of Kehlani's videos. And yes, her butt does look really good. But isn't it when you do those kind of exercises, your butt gets muscular? Because she was doing like a dance after the gym and her butt looked like had a little jiggle versus a muscle.
I don't know who you think you are to judge.
No, I'm not judging. I'm just saying that's great. But I thought when you go to the gym, it hardens it like a muscle versus allowing it to do that jiggle.
I think you and I don't go to the gym enough to know the difference.
No, I don't. You're right. I don't.
All that to say, Kehlani had reposted a snippet of our interview talking about doing butt things, and people have been reposting it. But yes, Kehlani stopped by talking about the new album. Jill Scott is on the album. Mm-hmm. She said that is one of hers, or not the favorite moment for her on this album.
Yes.
And she also talked about how she was constantly butt dialing Jill Scott. And the part that got me was when Kehlani admit that every time that she was butt dialing Jill Scott, Jill would pick up the phone and, explain to her whatever, or would text her, whatever it is, and let her know every time she was butt dialing her, she was naked.
So I wonder how often it happened. Like, is Jill Scott just walking around naked all the time? Like, what's going on?
It's very interesting. But yeah, so Jill, you have to watch a clip.
Right, for sure.
Maybe we can insert it here. Do you think Hot 97 where we work out would flag it?
Let's find out.
There's a first for everything, right?
Would that be the first? Who knows? Yes, but yes, there is a first for everything.
We'll find out. Okay, so also in the conversation, we asked Kehlani about her exes. Because in my world, I have a theory about Kehlani that she would be a really cool ex.
Okay.
She's just too cool. She's smooth. She's just easygoing.
Unbothered.
Very. And so when we were having that conversation, I asked her about her relationship with her ex, YG. They dated back in the day or whatever, but YG's dating on and off Sweetie, right? And Kehlani and Sweetie are cool.
Right.
So I had asked her, what's that dynamic like?
Because Sweetie left Kehlani comments showing her love recently.
Yes.
On a picture that Kehlani posted. So it's like, that's interesting that you're liking a picture from your man's ex.
Right. And Kehlani goes on to say that she loves it. Their relationship, she supports it. And she even told YG that.
That's interesting. She's better than me. You know what? To be honest, I think I would act like I was cool with it, even if I wasn't.
So you would be cool with Tone's future girlfriend?
Future girlfriend? I would be cool with his ex-girlfriend.
Oh, sorry. I was trying to put you in Kehlani's position.
Okay. Well, why don't you pick somebody that I'm not currently dating to be my ex?
Oh.
Good
wow, that was sensitive.
Because you're trying to break me.
No,
I have a theory. You're trying to break us up. You put us together just to break us up so you can tear me down.
No, because you already said on a previous episode on Nessa Off Air, I forgot what episode it was, that you would hang out with Tone's ex-girlfriends. You're cool with them.
I like to act like I'm unbothered and a bigger person. Like, I don't want people to think like they've bothered me, because that means that they've gotten under my skin and now they're bothering me. I just want to act like, keep it moving. Like, sure, that's what you want to do. I don't care. I'm not tripping off you.
Like you're unbothered, but are you unbothered?
I wouldn't know unless I was in that situation. If everything was fine and she's not trying to continue to get at my man or sending shots or trying to be cutesy to him, sure, everything's fine.
You want my perspective?
Yeah, but I think your reads on me are wrong all the time. I do.
No. Okay, so here's the thing. I think if you were now Tone's ex and Tone started dating someone, even if you're okay with it, you're past that point of getting back with him or whatever, you would still say something smart about anything she did. Anything that she messed up on, you'd be like, yeah, well, that's why.
But wouldn't I do it to be funny? I would do it to be funny. I don't think I really mean it.
No, you would be petty.
No, I'd be funny. I'd be like,
you'd be fake to him. He would never know, but you would definitely tell me, can you believe da-da-da-da-da?
So pretty much you don't want me to be real around you. So you want me to give you the fake me that I give to everybody else? Because everybody loves me, but apparently you don't.
No, here's what I'm trying to say is that Tone, if you guys were broken up, would never know how you felt, but I would know how you really felt.
How many people do you think really know how I feel at any given moment?
A few people.
See?
Yeah, but I think you underestimate it.
Yeah?
Yes. And I just think, again, people just roll with it. But I believe if Tone was dating somebody new, and if that person did something wrong, whatever it is, and it just anything that annoyed you.
I'd just be clowning, man.
No.
I'd just be clowning. I'd be making fun.
No, you're not leaving comments under their photo.
Oh, no, I wouldn't do that.
Exactly my point. You wouldn't do what Kehlani and Sweetie are doing with each other. You wouldn't do that.
Yeah, I wouldn't leave comments, but I'd keep it pushing. Kehlani's not leaving comments for Sweetie.
The point is, you wouldn't engage in any communication to that extent.
I wouldn't. I'm not going to try and be this person's friend. That's very weird.
Got it. Okay. All right. So that conversation has, I think, gone viral, and hopefully it has inspired people to reflect on their own life.
Right.
Can you be as cool with your ex's new whoever it is, like Kehlani?
Or flip it, like Sweetie. Could you be cool with your significant other's ex? Like Sweetie's leaving her significant other's ex comments.
I know.
Hey, man, if they like it, I love it.
We need Sweetie on the show.
Oh, man. Yes, we do. I like them both. I like Sweetie. I like Kehlani. I'm from the Bay Area. They're both from the Bay Area as well. I don't know. I just like them both. I like them individually. I got a soft spot in my heart for my Bay Bays.
When you say the Bay Area, you're talking about Northern California.
That's the Bay.
So can't you get Sweetie on the show?
I'll try.
Since you want to show off where you're from and where they're from. So make this connection happen, Katrina.
I'll try. I'll hit her up. I'll be like, hey. Let's see if maybe that'll work.
Great. It's a Bay thing. So let's have her on the show. Maybe we can call Kehlani and three-way and have a conversation.
Oh, I love that.
Three-way with them.
Oh my, people do three-way. It's not called three-way. It's called merging now. You merge the line. Like, I'm going to merge.
We'll group chat with each other.
Group chat. There you go. That works.
It's basically like an orgy, right?
Okay, all right. Now you took it too far.
Wait, orgies are groups, right?
Yeah, but it's specifically about sex.
Yeah, but we're having phone orgy.
Does
that count, or is it getting risky?
That's getting a little risky.
Sweetie, Kehlani, you and me. Okay, that's not phone orgy.
No.
Okay, never mind. Okay, never mind. Don't spread rumors about us. So anyways, check out the full interview with Kehlani. It is up on Hot 97's YouTube page.
Yes, absolutely. And Nessa, I actually want to talk about this because, it's been really hot.
Right.
In New York City, they've been opening up like cooling centers for people to live in, right? So we all know that my air conditioning is broken. We talked about it before, I believe.
Is it fixed yet?
No, it is not fixed yet. It's hitting the 90s. It'll be 90, feels like 92. It's been H-O-T hot, and it's been hot over the weekend when I'm home. So, it's just tough. Amara's 2 years old. She's starting to get a heat rash. We've been waiting on any kind of update from our building. They're like, oh, we got to order a part. Oh, the part just came in. Oh, it's supposed to be fixed. Right. Blah, 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 blah. It's hot, hot, hot. Can't stand it. I'm being a biatch. Like, there's a lot going on.
Wait, so your neighbor who is getting ready to give birth?
Yes, I have a neighbor who is 10 months pregnant and was like, we ran into her at the little coffee shop in the neighborhood because I wasn't staying home.
Right.
And at least the coffee shop had AC. And she was like, yeah, this is what they're telling me, blah, blah, blah. She's 10 months pregnant, mind you. So she's like, if they don't get this fixed, I'm not bringing my newborn home. And by the way, just found out she had the baby. So congratulations to her.
Oh, that's so nice.
We don't know anything about each other. This is my first time having a conversation with her, but she seemed really cool.
So is the air fixed by the time she gets home?
I do not know. So there's a WhatsApp now with everybody in the building. I'm not in it, but Tone's in it.
You're doing a class action lawsuit.
No, we're not doing a class action lawsuit, but they're giving us updates on the WhatsApp. However, I don't know if it's fixed. I just know that I've been really hot, so much to the point that I've been trying to order like a little personal fan on Amazon, and it was whack. So Tone opened it. He was like, this is trash. Please send this back.
Right.
So I never ordered anything big because I didn't think it would be still hot and our AC still broken.
Right.
All that to say, today I received a gift from Ian Schwartzman. Ian was on the pod, Nessa.
Yes.
He's Joe Budden's business partner.
Yes.
Apparently, I believe you and Ian had been having conversations, just kind of texting back and forth. And I believe you gave him an update about why we went out to lunch together last weekend.
Right. We were just chatting. We were supposed to catch up with Ian, but he's been busy. I think he's been traveling with Primo. So, you know, he's been booked and busy traveling, and we haven't had a chance for all of us to go and hang out.
Right.
So when I was updating him on the upcoming schedule, like I got these times. Katrina, she's annoying because she's so hot because her air is out. So she's just difficult these past couple days to work with or whatever I told him. And so he felt so bad for you.
Yeah.
He was very concerned.
Listen, if you lived in New York with no AC, you know and
yes,
the windows aren't doing what they do. So if you're just sitting still, it feels like you can feel the heat from oven. Like it's hot.
Yes.
It is hot. I'm sitting still and I'm sweating in my house. I'm not doing anything. I'm like, if I just sit still.
Right.
And then my daughter starts crawling on me. It starts being a big mess. Anyway, I get this delivery. It's a legit air conditioning unit.
You don't deserve this.
That Ian had sent.
You really don't deserve it.
Thanks to you for letting him know. But it was so sweet. And I'm like, oh my God. I was so shy about it. Like, you know.
I know. Because you know what?
Such a nice gift.
Can I just say, of course you deserve it. But the second reason why it's hard for you to accept it is because usually, Katrina, you're the one who's always giving. That is your love language. It's one of the things that you enjoy doing. You're very thoughtful and you go out of your way to make sure somebody feels special. And Ian on his own wanted to make sure you're good. This was not a Nessa telling, not at all. I even told him she's good. Let her suffer. I did. I'm almost sure I wrote that. I said, don't worry about her. Let her suffer. She'll be all right. You know what I mean? And I was like, if anything, Amar could come and hang out with me.
Right.
But I was like, no, she's fine. She's not she'll be okay. I literally wrote that. I said either, don't worry, she could struggle. No, suffer. I think I used the word suffer.
Thanks so much.
And he was like, no, she's, you know, I like her. She's a cool person. Like, you know, we are pretty cool.
It was just so nice. Like, Tone, my man, sends me a picture. He was like, you got this thing from Lowe's. I was like, what is
real.
it?
It's not
It's a full-on floor air conditioning unit, portable. And I was like, you know, there's a saying in Tagalog. It's called hiya. Hiya means like you could be embarrassed about something, but it also means like
you're humbled.
Yeah, like, oh, that's
you're
too
shy.
much. That's too much. I can't accept it. It's too much.
Do you want to return it?
No, I don't want to return it, Nessa. It's hot in my house, but still, it's like a really, really nice gift.
But you're shy, so I was gonna say we could give it back.
No, I'll keep it.
Okay. You never know what's gonna happen. Can you fully trust your building at this point?
No.
Exactly.
And you know what? We were trying to read our renter's rights, Tone and I, because everyone's talking about, oh, they should be putting you guys in a hotel, this, that, and the third, blah, blah, blah. So Tone actually screenshotted or copy and pasted some renter's rights. If the building is not providing heat, then they have to help you out. But if they're not providing cold air, that's not considered either essential or something.
I can't understand that, especially here in New York City.
In New York, air conditioners are not considered a legal requirement, unlike heating during winter.
Wow.
As a result, if you notice, there's the absence of air conditioners in many units.
Is this like an American thing? Because I think something's going on with the Olympics, right?
Yeah, well, you know, the Olympics in Paris are happening this summer, right? And it was actually just announced that Paris is not going to be providing air conditioning units to their athletes this summer in the Olympic Village because they're trying to do an environmental thing.
Wait, how hot does it get out there?
That's a good question. Let me check.
So before we start
Paris
losing
summer,
our minds,
8 degrees.
being spoiled out here, what does the temperature look like out there?
Okay, it's not that bad. It looks like summer, according to ParisPerfect.com, you can expect daily highs of 83 degrees. That's not bad. But okay, listen, if it's summer, you got a small room, you just came back from your workout,
Yes,
you're trying to win the next game. Like everything should be perfect for you who's competing, right? In the world's Olympics.
Right.
But anyway, they've decided not to install air conditioning units. And the U.S. is like, nope, we need these gold medals. So what they're doing is basically they are giving their athletes, the U.S. athletes, they're going to be providing them with air conditioning units to bring to Paris.
Who's paying for this? Are our tax dollars paying for this?
I don't know how the Olympics actually get their money, because if you win a gold medal, you get money. Did you know that?
No, I didn't know that.
I don't know if you remember back when we did radio in San Francisco, somebody we worked with had a gold medal.
Who?
I don't know, but Tone sent me a picture. He's like, bro, so-and-so brought their gold medal.
Who's the person?
I can find out. But he has a gold medal in something. And maybe it's curling. Remember I was talking about how curling might be one of those events you can win a gold medal in? Okay.
Find out.
But you win, I promise
believe
you.
this.
Okay, US medal prize money. So in the Olympics, if you are a USA Olympian and bring back a medal to USA, you win $37,500 if you bring back a gold medal to the
Wow.
country. And if you get a bronze, you get $15,000. And all the countries do this. Oh my gosh, China, no wonder they're trying to get all these golds. You win 720,000.
What?
Tony's Chinese. Maybe we can move out there. I can become a Chinese citizen. Curling. I'll get my gold, baby, with you millionaires.
Wow.
Anyway, so I realized this recently that countries pay their athletes because they want them gold medals.
How interesting.
Isn't that
I
interesting?
still want to find out if you can ask ChatGPT, where does the money come from?
Okay. Switzerland doesn't give, New Zealand, Norway. Psst.
But I heard Switzerland and New Zealand are healthy places to live in.
What's that got to do with money? If I win a gold medal,
This is the
representing that my country, pay me. Okay, what are we asking ChatGPT again? Here we go. Where does the money that USA Olympians win come from?
Yes.
Oh, I forgot to write hi, please. Hi.
Oh, God. You don't have to do
Can you
pleasantries with ChatGPT. Seriously.
Can you please tell me? Thank you! Exclamation, happy face. Hello. They greeted me. They don't do that if I don't do that. In the USA, the money awarded to Olympians typically comes from the U.S. Olympic and Paralympic Committee, USOPC.
Well, how do they raise the money?
These awards are funded through a combination of private donations, corporate sponsorships, and revenues from licensing agreements and broadcasting rights.
Okay, fine.
You hating thinking our tax money is
Listen,
going to them.
do you want our tax dollars to go to air conditioning in Paris for the Olympics?
No, I want my tax dollars to go to air conditioning in my unit right
Exactly
now.
so.
Like, come on.
Okay, so anyways, Katrina, I hope the air gets right, but now you're fine. Thanks to Ian.
Yo, shout out to Ian. Thank you so much. I'm so embarrassed, but thank you.
I want to talk about J.Lo, who honestly, it's getting hard to talk about because I feel like she's sad, but I don't know if I'm being in my head too much, if I'm thinking way too deep into this. But I think either A, she's a marketing genius because we have been talking about her nonstop ever since these divorce rumors have started between her and her husband, Ben Affleck, or if she's just really, really sad. And here we are talking about it because she got exposed as being a regular person like the rest of us. And what I mean by that, she was spotted flying commercial. This is J.Lo that we're talking about. Like, what is happening? She's always on a private jet. And, you know, she's always doing her skincare or showing off a new outfit or whatever. But she was spotted flying commercial. So she was on a plane and they were talking about how she was just, you know, in a regular seat next to her bodyguard. And I guess it's not as bad as far as the flight distance because it was a 2-hour flight. It was between Naples and Paris.
Yeah.
But still, she was also spotted at the airport amongst the regulars. You know how airports get, especially when it's time to go through customs and that whole thing. I mean, it's exhausting. So the fact that J.Lo was trying to be regular, do you think J.Lo is trying to act like she's humble by doing this? She's like, fine, let me just act like I'm regular. Okay, manager, I don't know if it's Benny Medina who still manages her, whoever her PR team. It's like, yeah, good. Act like you're amongst the regulars.
Right.
Act like you're amongst the people. Or if, she's okay with it.
No, Nessa, I don't think she's trying to be humble. Like, look at the picture of her.
Yeah.
She's like sinking into her seat, trying to face the wall of the airplane. Like, please don't look at me.
And it also looks like she's trying to make it seem like she's asleep to not make eye contact with anybody else. But in this one photo, it looks like she's really sad in it.
What's she sad about? That she got to sit in the main cabin and doesn't have an extra 6 inches of leg room?
Yes.
Well, J.Lo, welcome. Welcome to the main cabin with us, all right? It's not that bad, bro. It's a 2-hour flight. Get over it.
What do you think happened? Why do you think she's not on a private jet?
You know what? I think she just needed to take the next flight available out. Maybe she's just trying to get somewhere, got to be somewhere. The jet, you know what's so funny? The private plane industry, I don't even know what to call them.
Right.
But there's so many rules with flying. Like, you can't just take off and leave whenever you want.
Oh, really?
Well, there's a FAA. You can't just be up in the sky knowing that there's, other air traffic there. And then on top of that, pilots, they can only fly for a certain amount of time before they have to be on the ground for a certain amount of time.
Interesting.
Yeah, so let's say you took a 12-hour flight from like New York to Hawaii.
Right.
You couldn't ask to leave in 4 hours. They have to like stay landed, docked, grounded. They have to stay grounded for like X amount of hours before you can take off again.
Maybe that's the real reason why.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
PJ wasn't ready for her.
Yeah, it could have been that. It could have been that she's going through hard times. She knows that Ben's trying to take her money, so she's going to need all that money. So she's like, yo, let's just take the $200 flight versus a 2-hour private plane ride one way is probably $10,000.
Ooh.
One way. If
I think the distance matters, but yeah, roughly
8-seater.
Oh, I don't know. Actually, it might be more than that.
It might be an 8-seater, 2 hours away.
You think Ben is trying to cut off her money? No.
Who do you think is worth more?
J.Lo.
Yeah.
Let's look it up.
Ben got movies too.
Look at Chat GPT. Who has a higher net worth? J.Lo
Let's bet before you hit enter.
or Ben? I said J.Lo.
I think Ben.
Okay, let's see.
You're about to be right. I just picked Ben to be against you.
Ooh, okay. According to ChatGPT, J.Lo has a significantly higher net worth compared to Ben Affleck as of 2024. J.Lo's net worth is estimated to be around $400 million, in contrast to Ben Affleck's net worth, which is about $150 million.
Oh, boo-hoo. You know what she should have done? She should have bought out every seat on that plane. Show us how much you really worth, baby.
Oh my, can you imagine that story?
You know, you
She
can't
should have done
though, because I don't believe you ever see a plane that just have you ever booked a flight and noticed that all the seats were available? I've never seen that before.
I've seen light almost kind of spread out, but I've never seen empty.
And can you book more? I mean, I know you could book 2 seats for yourself side by side if you want both seats. And you just hit some check mark that says these are both for me. But I remember one time I tried to book I was helping you book a flight at 2 different seats on the same plane. And they canceled one of them. Or it was calling. I was booking one of you guys. And they went in, they saw it, and they canceled one.
Whoa.
Because it was 2 separate itineraries.
Interesting. Okay, well, here's the thing. I'll tell you what, J.Lo was not going to sit next to any regular person because I think that was her bodyguard that was next to her. Or maybe it was her purse that had its own seat. Okay, so look at the photo. She's by the window.
Yeah.
There's a seat next to her with her luxurious looking bag. And then I think that's her bodyguard in the aisle seat.
Yeah, so maybe she booked herself 2 flights. And either way.
Wait, you mean 2 seats?
2 seats, yes.
Ooh.
Ballin'. You know, you could do that if you have like a big instrument. Like it can.
Wait, so she bought a ticket for her purse?
You should do that, Nessa. You hate people. Every time you get on a plane, Nessa still sanitizes all the seats.
I do.
She wears her mask.
Of course.
And you try not to make direct eye contact with anyone so that they don't talk to you.
Well, because they're going to want to exchange a seat because they just saw me sanitize it because they wish their chair was sanitized.
Maybe you should do this. That's not a bad idea.
That's insane, though. For her purse to have its own seat, it's kind of hilarious. But you know what? It plays a part into this. So what? She's not going to fly private? Cool. She bought an extra ticket for her purse to have its own chair.
Yeah. Nessa, I think you bought me my first class seat. It was so sweet.
Wait, I have a question.
Yeah.
Do you still have Amara on your lap? Do you still act like she's underage, or do you buy her ticket now?
No. We buy her ticket. After 2 years old, I couldn't wait till she turned 2. I mean, keep it a buck. I like to save the money. Like,
of course.
I'm like, be a lap baby as long as you could. But I'm going to tell you, at 1.5, closer to 2, she's so big. She don't want to sit on nobody's lap but mine. It's hard. We fly coast to coast because, again, I'm from the Bay Area.
Right.
My family's there.
It's about a 6-hour flight.
That's a 6-hour flight. And when she's 8 months, cool. Lay in my lap. But 1.5, she's squirmy. She can't get comfortable. She does stomach to stomach. Then she'll want to lay down. But guess whose lap she's not sitting in? Dad's.
Yeah.
So I was like, is she 2 yet? Do we have to pay for her seat yet?
Does she like having her own seat though?
Yeah, she does. She loves it.
Good.
Yeah, she loves it. She thinks it's like her. She wants to turn the TV on. She wants to touch everything. She's with it.
Meanwhile, while J.Lo is trying to act humble like the rest of us because, we're not going to spend money on a private jet, her husband, he's still her husband, regardless of these rumors, Ben Affleck went off on the paparazzi. And I don't blame him. What was going on was that photographers, a paparazzi, were taking photos of him. It's at night. He's getting in the car. He's trying to drive off, but then he had to slam onto the brakes, get out the car, and tell them that, hey, all the flashing from the cameras is going to cause him to get into an accident. And he went off on them.
I mean, listen, that is true. All that flashing, I don't understand how people in LA live, because if you go somewhere, you go to a restaurant, you go to anywhere, they're like,
right.
flashing. So I don't even get it. But I mean, I don't think there's one celebrity who looks more miserable than Ben Affleck, paparazzi or not. Like, because they'll catch him when it's not flash. Like, it'll seem like a very sneaky shot, like in the weeds behind a bush. Like, he probably doesn't even know he's on camera, but he still looks miserable. Like, I don't know, what is it?
I'm not going to pin it on J.Lo. I know everyone wants to, because then now people, what they're doing are taking photos from now, him looking miserable, to when he was in a relationship with J.Lo 20 years ago when they first got together. Same annoyance on his face, and they're putting it side by side.
No, J.Lo or not, he's always looked miserable. Like, he's going to get coffee, he's coming back, he's looking absolutely miserable. Smoking a cigarette. Like, what are you so mad at, bro?
I think he's just annoyed.
The Celtics just won. Your team won. Where's the smile?
Yeah, he's upset.
He's upset. I don't know.
But I don't blame him. I think it's okay. It's warranted. I mean, especially if you're about to get into an accident. Yes. Get out of my way.
Yeah. I would keep inching.
Could they sue the paparazzi for that if they got into an accident and then they found out through whatever examination it was because of all the flashes?
That's a good question. Ask your homie Chat.
Okay, let me go. Hold on.
Ask Chat.
Hey,
Chatty.
Can celebrities sue the paparazzi if the flashing from the camera temporarily hinders their vision?
You said hi?
I don't say hello to Chat GPT. Mine likes to get straight to the point. It's like me. Get to it. What do you want to know? Okay, so here's the answer. Yes, celebrities can potentially sue paparazzi if the flashing from their cameras causes temporary blindness or any other harm. However, the success of such a lawsuit would depend on various factors, including proof of harm, intent, negligence, legal grounds, assault, invasion of privacy, battery, jurisdiction, evidence, previous cases, the list goes on and on. But, in conclusion, it is possible for celebrities to sue the paparazzi under these circumstances, but, you'd have to do a lot of work to prove it.
Nessa, what is the, most memorable paparazzi moment you've had? And
Me?
memorable doesn't have to mean, and it doesn't have to be happy, memorable. Just
Ooh.
like, what's one paparazzi moment that stands out to you that you've had?
Me personally, I remember Collins.
Well, I mean, were you there? You were there.
Yeah, I was there.
So that is
You
a
were
person.
there, right? The Atlanta workout?
Yes, I was there. But
Yeah.
what's the paparazzi story?
I don't know if it was paparazzi, but they were
We had a lot of
journalists.
media there.
Yeah, it was a lot of media.
I mean,
who
like
came.
a caught you out and about paparazzi. Didn't they run up on you guys one time when
They
you
run
were
up
getting,
on Colin.
when you're part of the story, so this
I'm
is a
trying to
personal
think.
story. It doesn't mean they're running up on you. Yeah, they're running up
Yeah.
on Colin, but this
When was it? There was a time Colin and I were waiting on an Uber.
Uh-huh.
We
Going
live
to the
in New
gym.
York City.
Going to the gym, huh?
I don't remember where we were going.
What'd
I think
they
we
ask
were
you
going to his
guys?
agency at the time. I think it was something, whether it was about the election,
Oh,
the NFL. One of the two. It
You
was
know
always
what?
those two questions.
yeah, I don't know if you remember. We were going to get food. What's the spot? Or no, we were going to get foot massages in Chinatown.
Mm-hmm.
We were going, and then the block was hot, so we had to get out of the car, and we were walking. And I remember seeing those paparazzi pictures somewhere, not even realizing, like, oh my goodness, we were just walking to get into Chinatown. Like,
What was going on that day?
and I don't think we even knew that they took those photos until I
Whoa.
saw it afterward. That's the crazy thing. Nothing. It was just, I don't know. The block was hot. They always just block off certain
Interesting.
parts.
No, meaning
Canal's always
they-
busy.
Did they take the photos with the intentions of getting Colin?
I don't know. I don't think so. I know they've got you guys at the airport, right?
Yes. And I'm convinced this is another theory. It's a hypothetical. I don't know. It's an assumption, but it's my opinion.
Mhm.
I forgot what airline we were flying on,
Mm-hmm.
but I think someone
That's-
from within
Mhm.
may have leaked the information to the paparazzi because it's right when we got in LA.
Dude, especially LA, that's a business.
I think they got connections that's beyond our understanding.
No, you want to hear a crazy story real quick? I'll try to sum it up really quickly. There is a celebrity, I don't remember who, she's an actress. She did a story on TikTok about how she had just gotten off a flight and a family had come up to her asking her for a picture. She was like, all right. So I think she said, no, I don't really feel good right now, but I'll sign this stuff. They're like, okay. And they had the signature stuff the way that professional autograph seekers had. This was getting off the plane. So not
They
even
knew.
outside. So it was like the board with like a picture of her from back in the day and a different picture. And it was like 5 different pictures. And she's thinking, she's like, oh, this is interesting. Like, how do you guys have this stuff? They're like, oh, we're just fans. We just ran into you. So, but did you guys know I was going to be here? Because why do you just carry around this Sharpie with this board and this old magazine cover that I used to be on? Like, this is really weird. They're like, oh no, we're just fans. And then kept it moving. And then as she's leaving,
Whoa, that's creepy.
she starts thinking like, these people clearly weren't here coincidentally.
Right.
They saw me, who was very nondescript and not like a huge star.
Right.
They had their stuff ready.
Yeah. I've seen that with Colin.
And
for sure.
this was inside the gate. So they had to buy a ticket to get
Stop.
through TSA.
Stop it.
Because she was like, were you guys on the flight with me? And they're like, no, we're just here. We just saw you. So we decided. She's like, but you guys have this stuff. They're like, oh, just in case we would run into you. And she was like, yo, this is very, very weird. And the way I'm delivering, she was like, were you guys on the flight with me? That's exactly how she was delivering it.
Weird.
That's weird because it got leaked by whomever, because especially going into LA, and she said it wasn't even LA. It was like some town, some town. So she was like, just watch your back regardless of where you are, because anyone can sell your info. Like, we go anywhere, we're traveling somehow, some way. Sometimes there's paparazzi outside the hotel, right?
Yes.
They know. They're holding Colin stuff.
Yes.
They're holding magazines. Like, they
Yes,
know.
They know.
Right.
Right. That's why I said somebody is seeing the itinerary.
It's a side hustle, man.
For sure. It has to be. It's you, Katrina. You're selling Colin's information to the press, to the media. You're selling it to the NFL.
Nessa, I would have more than an air conditioning unit right now if I were doing that.
Okay, so now speaking of the paparazzi, I don't think this was a paparazzi moment, but it is. This took place in LA. This is Kendrick Lamar, who just recently shot his new video for his massive hit song, Not Like Us, right? So people have been talking about it. People who were in attendance, a part of the music video, have been filming themselves there and just filming Kendrick as he's just walking by. I thought this video was insane. Kendrick is walking by a crowd, a bunch of fans, and somebody reaches over and pinches his cheek. You know what Kendrick does?
Smiles at them?
Of course he did.
Kendrick seems like such a nice, approachable guy in public.
He smiled. He was like, oh, like it was just like, wow, okay. I mean, hold on. This is a random person touching your face as you're walking through a crowd and you're positive about it. I am convinced Kendrick must have been meditating all these years that we haven't heard him do anything.
Right.
He must have been finding that inner love to have the kind of peace and sanity that he had to react with a smile after somebody, a random person, pinched his cheek. It's hot outside. You can tell, right? It looks like the temperature's up. There's a crowd. You don't know who's coming around.
Right.
And somebody touches your face and you react with a smile.
Yo,
not me.
If I know you, don't pinch my cheeks.
Right.
Like, that's gross. Like, I don't know where your hand's been. I don't like people touching my face unless, you know, they're doing my makeup.
Right.
Or it's my daughter. And even then, like, I'm like, your hands are dirty.
Wait, look at the video really quick because I'm trying to see if the person pinched with the fingertips or the knuckles.
It's almost like a little swipe.
With the knuckles,
with the
right?
knuckles.
The two knuckles. Because I think, listen, to be fair, they're being mindful by doing that.
Yeah, because I guess your fingertips touch more things than your knuckles.
Yes, at least they did that. And it also leaves me to believe that this is not the first time that they've done this.
When I saw it, I laughed. I was like, why is anybody, while he's getting ready to film this venomous song, Not Like Us, pinching his cheek lovingly and he smiles back? Bro, it was insane.
What is happening? But listen, I'm going to be honest, maybe for Kendrick, he's okay with it. Clearly, he can feel how he wants to feel. But for me, no.
Yeah.
Katrina?
Nah. No, thank you. No, thank you.
You know who else was doing this? And I'm really not trying to pin them back together. But remember when Drake was having his concerts?
I was going to say this. Yes.
Right? I don't want people to think we're trying to pit them against each other. No, but this is funny that it correlates to both of them in this story. But, you know, previously Drake was on tour. And I promise you, I thought Drake was insane for walking into his performance by walking through the crowd, right? It looked like a boxing event. You know how boxers walk through the crowd, the music's on. So that's how Drake was doing his concert, I think, for the past 2 years or whatever it was. And people were grabbing onto him, grabbing Drake's face.
Right.
And he did not mind it. Mind you, he was doing it, think of how long. COVID was still roaming around.
Yeah.
And he did not mind doing it like that.
Some people like just being around people.
Being touched by random people, you don't know where their hands have been.
I couldn't do it. I can feel my chest hurting right now with the thought of this. Nessa, I gave 2 awkward hugs to this week. I gave one to Kehlani because she, you know, you never know when an artist comes in. So I'm hugging her manager because we know her manager.
Right.
Hugging the label person. I know the label person.
Yeah.
Then Kehlani, I wasn't going to hug her, but she kind of leaned in. So I gave her the weirdest, awkward kind of left hand hug.
Yeah.
And I felt so stupid because I'm such a fan of hers. So I was like, oh my God, this is so dumb. And then after... And Ali Chapa, you interviewed him.
Yeah.
And then after he's giving you a hug, he's trying to get around you to get to me.
I know.
And I'm trying to get to him. And I'm like, I think he's coming to hug me.
Wait, that's why I said Katrina.
Yeah, so we do this awkward hug again. I'm not good at hugging people I don't know. Even if I know you, I'm not good at hugging you. I wouldn't know.
When was the last time you and I hugged? And if we hug, it's like shoulder to shoulder.
I'm a side hug person.
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
Let's do this.
Let's
side
ask
hug.
ChatGPT if that means you have emotional baggage.
I'm not a.
If someone gives
I'm not a holder.
side hug, are they emotionally distraught? Okay, giving a side hug by itself, not necessarily an indicator of being emotionally distraught or having emotional issues. It can be influenced by various factors.
Okay, let's see.
Including emotional state.
It's not my, how about I'm just.
While it is possible that someone who's emotionally distraught or dealing with emotional issues might prefer a less intimate form of physical contact, it's not a definitive indicator. But it says emotional state, okay? Physical comfort. Because of whatever feeling that might be going on with them, they may feel awkward. Or physical comfort, they're feeling awkward. Okay, you're awkward.
I'm awkward.
Context of the relationship. You didn't want to be overwhelming to Kehlani or NLE Choppa.
Right.
So you turned them away.
I'm so awkward.
You are.
I don't know, and I don't want to lean in like.
Wait, so who's someone that you know you would give a hug to?
My daughter.
Outside of your family.
Even then, I don't hug my family either. So I don't. We're not huggers.
Do you hug your daughter?
I hug my daughter. I hugged my mom when she left to the airport, but it was very awkward.
Wait,
I gave her a side hug.
I do side hugs with my mom.
I do side hugs. I'm not a hugger, bro. Who do I hug? You know what?
When was the last time you and Tone hugged?
I hugged him because I was trying to annoy him and see what Amara would do, but I don't know, 2 weeks ago.
Did she care?
No, she was unbothered. Because I was like, oh, hi, daddy. And I was just being extra loving to Tone just to see how Amara would react. And she just smiled and said, what are you guys doing? And then kept it moving, went right back to whatever she was doing.
What did Tone think?
Tone was annoyed. Like he was annoyed and he was acting annoyed. I said, we have to show her that you're not annoyed by this, that this is our love language. So she can have a healthy love language too. But you know what? Who's to say what's healthy or not?
Because we're listening to Instagram therapists tell us what to do. We don't know what we're doing.
If she don't want to touch people, fine.
That's right. Know your boundaries. If you're not comfortable, you shouldn't do it.
She don't have to hug. And it's so funny because we ran into our little boy neighbor. Remember I told you? And he wanted to give Amara a hug. And then his mom, the one that just gave birth, was like, you have to ask her if that's okay. He's like, can I give you a hug? And Amara said, no.
But that's okay.
Yeah, so
he asked.
Right.
And she said what she said,
and the mom was
you have to respect it.
Hey, you asked her. She's not ready for a hug. It's okay.
What a great mom
you guys
that
can still
she
play.
is.
Yeah, I think the TikTok is working well in those ways. Like, you don't have to hug. So I told Amara, I said, you don't want to hug? She's like, no. I was like, how about a high five? She's like, no.
Ooh.
And I was like, okay. But then they just kept it moving. I think, she's already...
Yo, they're never going to call you guys again.
No, Amara's already learning
like,
so much from us and our unloving nature of touching and physical contact that she was like, no.
No, you're teaching her boundaries.
Sure.
What she's comfortable with.
Yeah.
You and Tone aren't comfortable hugging.
No. But I just know that she may know her boundaries, but I'll tell you whose boundaries she don't know. Mine. Because on the air conditioning, when that's broken... She's crawling all over me like it's not 86 degrees.
Oh, that's so sweet.
90. Are you kidding me?
Daughter.
Nessa, no. Imagine you're being annoyed, like super duper annoyed, hot, like body annoyed.
Right, yeah.
And your baby is just crawling up on you, skin to skin contact.
It's sweet though. You shouldn't do that. You shouldn't neglect your daughter.
I don't neglect her. I just like, Amara, bro, get off me.
Okay, well, let's go back and see how awkward you were with NLE Choppa because that one was pretty awkward. And I hinted to you, Katrina.
I was trying to get to him, which made it even more awkward because now we're waiting to hug each other till you get out the way. And even then, we don't even know each other like that. He's just a really nice guy.
All right, until the next time, hug your loved ones. Unless they're Katrina, don't hug her.
High five, maybe.
Okay, well, thanks for joining us. Another episode. Make sure you like and subscribe to our content. It's the only way to break the algorithm, to let it know that you enjoy this content and you want more. And it helps validate us and our insecurities by doing so. We'll catch you next time.